Hey everybody, this was our first camping trip of 2021. We stayed at Fort Kearney Recreation Area to watch the Sandhill crane migration. This video is going to be sort of a mixture of a vlog and my review of the campground. This is the first time I've actually camped in Fort Kearney. I have been there for their outdoor expo and some other things, but I've never actually camped, so I'm excited to show you guys some of the camp.
Good morning. How cold was it, babe?
Not very cold.
We survived. And it rained for a little bit, but we're dry, so it's fine. There's our tent over there. And the cranes are roosting in this cornfield right across. All these people are here to watch the Sandhill crane migration. We're sitting here watching cranes, but there's many snacks involved.
Yeah, a little Debbie.
All right, so we just got back from a little crane watching. We decided to take some of the gravel roads and some of the highways around Fort Kearney, and we saw way more than we would anywhere else. And we parked on a road somewhere, and we just kind of watched and listened to the cranes for a while. We actually found the perfect spot at County Road 31. A bunch of other cars were actually there with us. We just rolled down the windows and they were actually really close. One of the best seats in the house, I think. I think if you want to do good crane viewing, the best way to do it is to just pick a spot and wait until you see them at either around the morning or around night. Beautiful moon tonight. Beautiful campground.
So I kind of wanted to talk about the actual park and the historical park and sort of how it relates to the Sandhill crane migration. As you can see in the bottom left corner, that was the actual fort where you can go visit the museum, but we stayed in the recreation area, which I'm showing you now. This is the East Campground, which has one lake, and then as you can see there are many other lakes throughout the different camping loops. So Lake 6 is stocked with trout. Pretty much all of the other lakes are stocked with channel cat, bluegill, bass, anything that you would find in any Nebraska lake. This last lake I found had some of the only primitive camping available. The rest are basically electrical sites. Now I'm showing you guys the trail that goes out to the river to a bridge, which is where a lot of the main crane viewing happens, which is what makes this a very popular crane viewing place. This is a bridge. It's got a trail directly from the park you can walk to, and this bridge leads to another bridge on the river. That one is about 2 miles out of the park. And then you can follow this trail all the way to Interstate I-80, in fact. We walked all the way. There's a bridge that goes under Interstate I-80, and then you can actually take that trail all the way into town. This little area I'm showing you is actually all public access. You could walk and view the river and other places if you wanted to. I think it's a really nice trail. It's good for biking, hiking. It's all flat ground, so anyone can do it. So I just wanted to go over some key points on the park and also review some of the campsites specifically that I thought were worth reserving, or if you could choose them, you definitely should. First of all, I just want to say this is the best interstate park Nebraska has to offer. If you're going to stay at any of them, I personally would stay at this one. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of reservable spots. The only reservable spots they have are 87 through 93 and 56 through 86. The rest of them are first come, first served bases, And I did see a lot of sites marked as one night only, which I've never seen that before. If someone knows what that is, leave that in the comments. But that's unusual in my opinion. But most of the park has really nice, well-aged shade trees, which I think is great, especially because the park doesn't offer a lot of 50 amps, which I know for a lot of people with bigger campers, that's important. If you don't have shade trees, you can't run at a park on a 50 amp in the summer. So this is a great park if you have a bigger camper. For the summer, you know you're going to get some shade. The other key points I think are worth mentioning is there's really only 2 swing sets in the entire campground. So if you're coming with kids, there's really no playgrounds for them to play on. There is a swimming beach, but that's about it for the kid activities, I would say. And I would say to stay away from the furthest west campsites. I noticed that a lot of them had some bad washout. There are no pavement pads. They're all gravel pads, and they're also not very long. So if you have a very long camper, you need to keep that in mind as well when you're going. However, there are a lot of other great things about this campsite. They do have a shower house. It is a little outdated, and it sucks that it's on the way furthest other side of the campsite, the furthest west of the campsite. So that kind of sucks, but at least they have one. I would say not every park has a shower house, which I really appreciate as a tent camper to have a shower house. Secondly, I would like to go over some of the best campsites in my opinion. I literally walked around most of the campsite and literally wrote down individual campsite numbers to tell you guys about them. If you are into fishing, the following campsites allow fishing right out the back of your camper. So you back in and your whole area behind you is open access to a lake, whether it be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd have to look on the map. I just wrote in general if it had access to the lakes behind it. So this is not in order, but the following are all fishing access. 105, 106, 109, 14, 18, 19, 21, 22, 24, 25, 27, 26, 31, 35, 27, 44, 57, 58, 62, 56, and 85. That is a lot of opportunity to get a fishing front campsite, which for me, I love. I think that's awesome. Now, if you're a tent camper, this part may be more important to you. I marked down all of the campsites that had either a shower house or a bathroom next to them. Unfortunately, we had to pick a campsite that was nowhere near a bathroom, and that sucked, especially in the middle of the night. But the following have bathroom access either right next to them, catty corner to them, or in the vicinity. Bathrooms are 110, 109, 11, 13, 39, 40, 44, 28 is next to the shower house, and 9 is next to bathrooms, but I did make a note that it seemed like a pretty tight spot. So if you have a rather large camper, that's probably not it for you. If you have a tent, there you go. I think that's all I have written down for specific sites. If I were to stay at any site of my choosing, I would have chosen 56 because you don't really, the way it's set up, you don't really have any neighbors, so it's nice and secluded, and it has fishing access. Unfortunately, it's not super close to a bathroom, but close enough. So that is all of the campsites I noticed that you guys should take note of. Some other things to take note of this park is that they do have an outdoor expo every May. It's a lot of fun to bring your kids to. They have a lot of kid led activities, kayaking. They teach kids about all different types of stuff. They also obviously have the Fort Kearney. You can go to the museum down the road. I think that is a great thing to do. And you're right next to Kearney, and Kearney has an abundance of museums. They have a children's museum, an art museum, several other museums. You're not that far from Grand Island Steer Museum, and of course, most importantly, the Sandhill crane migration. I said that twice. Sandhill crane migration, which is amazing. And if you love birds and you love outdoors, I highly recommend you check it out. I have taken a few of the private tours through like the Crane and Trust and the Audubon Society in the area. And I can definitely say that I saw more cranes staying at Fort Kearney State Recreation Area than I did going to any of the habitats meant for them. So definitely keep that in mind if that's the reason you're going. So that's all I have to say about that. Again, 10 out of 10. I love this park. If I have to stay on the interstate again, I will definitely be choosing this park.